Hey there, welcome to my channel. My name is Linda. Today we are working on a DIY rustic farmhouse Christmas wreath. We'll be focusing on using supplies from Reneabouquets.com, so let's get started. What I've got here, this is a wreath I picked up at Dollar Tree, a bamboo wreath, and I'm going to remove all the twine around the edges. Now as you're removing the twine, you know, it's going to start to kind of break apart, so you kind of got to hold it in certain places, but it's really fun to kind of let it break apart and then reconnect it at the top so that some of the twigs hang out. Now I'm just using some wire here. I'm going to kind of wrap it around a couple times and then into the back, and this wire is the only one that will really kind of show, and I'm using like a rusty wire here that I've rusted myself. I'll make sure I leave that link in the description box for you so you know how to do that, using mainly household supplies. And then the rest of the wire that I'll be adding, I'm kind of strategically placing it because I know that I will be, you know, covering it up with decor and greenery and flowers and things like that. So, you know, just kind of be mindful of that as you place it down around, you know, other areas so that, you know, that's the spot you'll cover it up at. Now, there are some of the little branches that kind of hang out at the bottom, but I love that look. But, you know, a couple of them are hanging out too much, so I'm just kind of retying a few back in using the wire, of course. And then once we've got this almost all done here, then we'll get ready to decorate. One last little wire here. Cutting off a little bit, trimming a little bit, and we're ready to go. We'll be using Beacon Fabri-Tac glue today. And I've got all these cute little snowy sticks, all these different kind of greeneries, snowy greeneries. You can use whatever kind of picks and greeneries and things like that do you want. I've just got little bits and pieces here, some with pine cones, that kind of thing. These are all just all leftover pieces. You know, you can pick up any of these greeneries at the major craft stores, things like that, Dollar Tree, that kind of thing. You know, just use what you have on hand. And I love to use, even though this wreath is, you know, all sorts of sticks and stuff hanging off of it already, I love to use things like more sticks like these kind of snowy sticks that I picked up at Hobby Lobby and stuff, kind of, you know, up and around the top to kind of continue that splayed out kind of stick look that is, you know, already on the wreath, of course. And then I'll just kind of keep coming down and adding more greenery and more little sticks and pieces that I've cut up. Just kind of layering it how I do it now, when or how I want it. Now when I do this, when I do a wreath like this, usually what I'll do, and I tend to kind of go toward the right side as we're working here that you see onto the left, I'll start kind of near the top on the right side because I want my greenery and sticks and things like that, I want it a little bit off-sided, so to speak. I want it a little bit taller on the right side, and as I can kind of continue down toward the left, that side the greenery won't come as high as on the right side. So I kind of have it a little bit irregular, and I think that just gives it a nice resting area for the eye, and it's, your wreath is not too filled up, that kind of thing. So that's how I kind of work this when I'm doing these kind of wreaths. So just tucking in a little more greenery here and there. You can see I'm using all sorts of pieces. I think that looks really nice. So you have little bits and pieces of greenery left over. It looks great like that. Just kind of gives it a nice eclectic look, I think. But you know, of course, you can do it how you want it. If you want it all mainly the same greenery, that's your decorative choice, and that's perfectly wonderful. Just sticking in a few more sticks here and there. Going to add in some of my favorite beaded berries here. I'm going to be doing all the greenery and stuff like that and getting all these pieces stuck in here before we start kind of bringing out the product from Reneabouquets, because that product is just kind of the decorative final touches on the wreath today. I'm going to continue tucking my berries in around the greenery here. Really, it's just a lot of poking and tucking and gluing. Here's what this side looks like so far. I've got these really cute beaded berries with bells on them and some rusty, they're like picks that are just nothing but bells on them, and I've got these really cute little picks that are rusty wood slices like this that are tiny I'll be using. Just tucking those in. Of course, I've got little frosted pine cones, so I'll add one of these on this side as well as the other side when we get to it. Leave the wire, I do, on these pine cones when they come off of picks like that, so they're easy to tuck into the wreath. We're going to come over on this left side here. You can see I started farther down. I laid off what I wanted off, laid on there what I wanted off camera, so then I can just start kind of gluing right away, kind of picking it up and gluing it back in, so I didn't forget how I wanted it to look. Leave this spot down here, I'm kind of leave open. That's where I'll put our ribbon later. Adding in some more greenery to kind of, or sticks to kind of lay off the side, and a little more greenery down near the bottom. Adding in some really frosty holly berries. I picked those up on clearance after Christmas last year. A great big bushel of them for like $1.25. It's crazy, like 90% off. So, you know, that's how I get a lot of my picks and things. Another pine cone on this side. Even though I'm kind of, is it asymmetrical on where I place the greenery, I do try to use the same type of greenery on both sides, so that does match and looks very pleasing to the eye, of course. Coming to the final touches here, tucking in my berries and my pit berries and rusty bells again. All looking very cute and farmhouse and rustic. Back to the right side to kind of finish some touches down here near the bottom, where we'll put the bow later on. These are some beautiful words from Reneabouquets. I love these. New release says naughty and nice. Now I'm holding the large set here, and then this is a medium set. And what I'm going to do is take the large naughty off, and I'm going to grab the medium naughty, because it's going to look a little bit better when I put it on the wreath. And I'm going to use this Dixie Belle chalk paint and the color drop cloth. I'm going to use my Pouncy brush. Those who've been with me a while know I like to do this. I'm going to pounce my paint on, and I'm going to heat set it in between. I do both sides, but I just kind of show one side on camera here. Heat set it in between, and then I'll repeat the process with painting again, heat setting it again in between, and I'll hold the heat tool on it a little longer so it bubbles up a little bit more, and it just gives it some nice texture so that it really kind of pops up out of the wreath. So we're kind of getting this, you know, aside. These are some Reneabouquets mulberry flowers. These are called Christmas Red Poinsettias and Leaves. And then I'm also going to be using the micro beads in cranberry, and I'm using my matte gel here and pouring in a paintbrush, and I'm painting on my multimedia matte gel here. You could use glue here if you want, like Fabri-Tac, just make sure it's clear. And I just kind of paint it on a little bit, and then I pour my beautiful cranberry micro beads right on top, and then I shake off the excess, and it'll give these Reneabouquets poinsettia flowers just some extra texture so that they stand out a little bit more in our wreath. I'm going to bring out some other product we'll be using today, as well as some that I won't be using, but I wanted to show you. This product I will be using on our wreath today. These are a set of 6 First Snow snowflakes. I'm going to use these 3 from the set. And then I'm also going to use some of these printed holly and berry corners with tuck-ins. And you're like, how are you going to use those on the wreath? You'll find out. Beautiful printed, one side. Printed product means it's printed on one side. And then these are some other product I won't be using, but I wanted to show you, and I will have the links down to all of these product down below. These first snowflakes here are called Beautiful Bits. They're called winter snowflakes. And then these other snowflakes here, these are a set of 7, and they are called vintage snowflakes. These here are one of my favorites. Renee designed these for me and named them after me. They are called Linda's Love Flakes. I love them. You get 3 of the big different sizes of snowflakes with all the little hearts that come with it that you could use on these snowflakes. I just love them. They're so super cute. Every time I look at them and I get to get them out for, you know, December, January, get to use them, it just makes me smile. I just love these. Linda's Love Flakes. These snowflakes are a set of 6 called Winter Snowflakes. And you can see how thick all these products are. They're all called Beautiful Board, either Beautiful Board or Printed Beautiful Board, and they're about the thickness of a nickel, so they're very sturdy, very thick. I love these. These are called Beautiful Bits. They're smaller. They are called homemade Christmas cookies. So super cute. They're all in the shape as if you made some, you had some Christmas cookie cutters. So super cute. They're not going to go on my project today, but a lot of these things I'm showing you here, I'm going to show you at the end how you could actually like slip them in among all your Christmas decor and make them look so super cute. This is Jingle All the Way, Beautiful Board, Beautiful Words. This is Let It Snow, Merry and Bright. I just love these. All these would even be beautiful if you make your own Christmas cards. Of course, we use the Naughty and Nice. And this is a printed beautiful board called Santa's Sleigh. And I'll show you a couple options with this, either on the project or off the project today. So now we're going to go ahead and add our bow. I'm using a red and black plaid here. And yes, if you need to sit down for a minute, I actually left the wire on this bow. Can you believe it? Normally I cut the wire off and fray all the edges, but I actually left the wire on this time because I tried the fraying. I just didn't like how it laid. So there it is. Now glued that on, and now of course we're adding the Reneabouquets Christmas red poinsettia flowers with the micro beads, of course, that we adhered to the top. And see how those micro beads really just kind of give those some texture and make them stand out more in the wreath. Now we're going to go ahead and add the first snowflakes. I'm going to add 3, of course. There's 6 to the set. We're using the 3 that are this design. Just going to kind of tuck it in. Just find a place you can kind of tuck it in among the greenery where it kind of lands between like 2 pieces of greenery so that your glue adheres very well. You can see them nicely. Just trying to find a spot to tuck it in. And I'm going to add another little wood slice on this side. And here we are going to add in our printed holly and berry corners with tuck-ins. So you can see how nicely, what I did is I took a couple of the corners and I just cut them in half so they're nice long pieces, and I'm just again tucking them in among the greenery. And now I'm coming in with our Naughty and Nice. I'm going to work on the nice side first. So, which one are you, naughty or nice? I, of course, am going to play the nice card. I want some presents this year. And I'm just kind of adding glue onto the back of the words where I know that it's going to touch either a stick or some greenery or something like that, so that I know it's going to adhere to the wreath. And here's my check mark. As I said, I'm going to play nice this year. I'm putting it on the nice side. Here comes the naughty on this side. Again, just adding it only on the letters that I know is going to touch some sticks or greenery so that I know that it will stick very well, just like the left side. And then I'm leaving the empty box on this side. Santa's going to know I've been a very good girl this year. And I like how I put them on those little wood slices so the little boxes stand up. And now I've got this little bit of rusty bells. I cut it off of a pick, and I'm just going to leave it like this versus cutting the bells off and kind of clustering them in the center of the bow. I just love how rustic it looks. Glue it here, and this part is done. And now using this printed beautiful board, Santa's Sleigh from Reneabouquets, you can either kind of tuck it in at the top of your wreath like Santa's flying off, or you can tuck it in amongst your home decor, which I'll show you in a minute, and that makes this project complete. Well, here's the final look of our wreath today. I love how rustic and how farmhouse it is, and I think the Reneabouquets product just brought it up to another level. Here is that Reneabouquets printed beautiful board Santa Sleigh. It looks so cute amongst the decor and all the other product that I kind of showed you today. You don't have to actually glue it on something. It just looks cute nestled in among the greenery. Please leave me a comment down below and let me know if you liked the wreath or not that we made today. And I am curious to know if you would use the Reneabouquets printed beautiful board Santa Sleigh on the wreath at the top, or if you would just use it nestled in among your decor. Please give this video a thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber to my channel, go ahead and hit that red subscribe button and notification bell so you don't miss out on a single video from me. Of course, I will have all the links down below to everything Reneabouquets and the product we use on this project today, as well as the other product that we didn't use that I showed you in the video today if you want to go take a look. I thank you for sharing your time with me, and I'll talk with you again soon. Bye.